Aloha First United Protestant Church of Hilo. This is Pastor Chris. I wanted to give you an update on all that's happening at our church this week. Tomorrow is a special day to me. 1 year ago tomorrow, my first son and our first child together, Carter Glenn Zarnicki, was born into the world right here in Hilo. It's a special day to us because we took a big leap of faith in me coming to this call and our family moving here to Hilo across the United States away from our support network and family. And you all have made that transition comfortable. It's been a positive experience. And over this past year, you have become family to us. And we really wanted to celebrate Carter's first birthday with you all here at the church on a Saturday under the lanai. And unfortunately, due to the events of COVID-19 and the pandemic that we're facing, that's just not possible. So tomorrow, we're going to be throwing a birthday party for him at home. And we want to invite you to join us. To be part of our family in that experience this past year. You've seen him grow up and change, and he's changed so much over these last 2 months. And you'll have an opportunity to see him eat some of his first birthday cake, to open up a few gifts, and just see how much he's changed. So we want to invite you to join our family and be part of that if you are able and willing. This coming Sunday, I'm going to be preaching on a text from the book of Acts, chapter 21. Our chapter 17, verses 22 through 31. I've named this sermon Meeting Others Where They Are. In this particular text, Paul is asked to come to the city council to kind of give a defense of his beliefs and faith, which have fallen on ears that what he has to say really sounds peculiar and odd. And I think one of the unique things about this scripture is that Paul's finding a way to connect with others. He's finding a way to connect to the hearts of others by finding common ground, by finding things that they might have in common. And I think there's something that speaks to us today about this scripture and how we can use what Paul's doing in our own lives to try to connect with others in a world that continues to grow in difference of opinion and thought. A world that continues to grow in diversity. And so how can we be encouraged to connect with others and meet others where they are in the world today? In 2 weeks on the 31st, I'm not going to be preaching. The United Church of Christ Council of Conference Ministers has designed a worship service to give pastors a much needed break during this time. During this time, pastors such as myself have had to learn new technologies, new ways of doing worship, and so we've been working extra hours to try to make those things work for our churches and congregations, on top of everything else that we were kind of doing before. So the unfortunate thing about this worship service is that their worship service really centers around the same text that I'm going to be preaching about this coming Sunday. And it was too late to change before I found this out. So they're going to be preaching on the same text, and they have a full worship service with a bulletin for this for that text and sermon. And I want to encourage you to watch that worship service too, although it will be on the same text. I believe preachers pull something different and have a different message to say every time they preach a sermon or a text. And so I want to encourage you to watch that. Some of the things that are going on at our church this week is that a new book study is going to be coming out in July. It's going to be on a book called Try Softer by Andy Koblar. And the book is really about how we can try to imagine doing things in a different way. Right now, we're really accustomed and taught to try harder, to do more, to push ourselves. And I think that this book comes at a much needed time where there might be anxieties, there might be trauma that people have experienced in their lives. There might be a particular circumstance that you're struggling with right now. And this book, I think, comes at a unique time in the world, and I want to encourage you to join us. You have plenty of time to think about it, and we want to start getting books in place for folks who want to join us. And I want to encourage you to participate in this book study. Our mission project, Operation COVID, is been in full flex. It's going on. We've raised about $350 right now for this mission project, and we've been able to reach individuals and families already. This is going to be going on through the month of May, and we want to continue to encourage our church to participate. This is a way that we can support people who are in need right now to just obtain some essential items or food who've been impacted by the pandemic. Last week I mentioned that we're going to be working on reopening procedures. Last week I drafted a set of reopening procedures and plans that I'm going to be presenting to our church council this coming Sunday. And so we hope to get those finalized and out to you so you have an idea of what the church might look like as we reopen, and when that might happen. I'm still not sure yet, but we want to start getting those plans in place, and we want to communicate those plans to you. Another thing is we want you to communicate your reopening plans to us. So as the church does open, please be in contact with us about how you plan to proceed forward too, and how we can best support you during that time. I want to end on that note. If there's anything that you do need during this time, whether it be support from the church, someone to talk to, please let me know. I'm here to support you in any way that I can. I love you all. I miss you, and may the grace of God continue to be with you all. Aloha.